Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. Big up to each and every one of you guys, wherever you are. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well and keeping safe. Let's get cracking into the latest news that has dropped since the last video, nearly about, 12 hours ago, approximately about 12 hours ago. So all the updates since then, you're going to get it right now. So stay tuned, brace yourself, get some drinks, get some food, really get yourself comfortable because this is going to be a nice update. We got some updates in regards to a new CB that we are connected with. We're going to talk about that. We've also got a very interesting praise from Cucurella to Estevao William, which I absolutely love, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it as well. Mamadou Sarr, that's the one that we really need to focus on, and I'm going to talk about that as well. Me personally as well need to focus on that. And Nicholas Jackson, what is his first choice? So a lot to talk about. Now, first thing, ladies and gentlemen, this is the news that has dropped yesterday, late UK time. We're going to kick things off. We're going to come back to the Florian Plettenberg tweet post. I keep saying tweet. It's not Twitter anymore, but I like to be original. It really should be Twitter. I don't really like X. Anyway, Simon Phillips, which is coming from Build or Bild or however you want to pronounce it. Piero Hincape, Ecuadorian. Our Moses Caicedo's brother, compatriot, was in tears on Saturday after the match and could be leaving Bayer Leverkusen. My days. Our man Eric Ten Hag already making his players come to tears. End up in tears. This is what's happening. They've lost their first game, Bayer Leverkusen, and this is a Bayer Leverkusen off the back of Xavi Alonso leaving them. Leverkusen that couple of seasons back were the champions of Bundesliga, and now you got players like Hincapie crying. Chelsea and Arsenal are showing concrete interest, ladies and gentlemen. Florian Plettenberg, this is what he had to say. Piero Hincape has decided to leave Bayer Leverkusen if a suitable offer arrives. The decision has been made. Hincapie has a release clause in his contract as exclusively revealed with 60 million euros, not 65 million euros. Leverkusen still want to keep their 23-year-old top centre-back. I had no idea he was 23. Look, I've seen bits and pieces of Hincapie. I'm not one of those ones that have, continuously followed him. I don't watch Leverkusen on a regular basis, but I have seen a little bits and pieces. I've seen him for Ecuador as well when I was watching Kendry Pires. I have to be honest. For me, it's not a needle mover. He's a decent defender. Don't get me wrong. He's decent, but he's not a needle mover. And on top of that, he's not a defender that I think is genuinely suitable for the center CB role. I think he's more sort of the wide CB who can play from the, he can definitely play with the ball. Like, he's very good on the ball. He's not one of those defenders that's, a bit of a numpty on the ball. No, he's definitely all right. But the center CB, you almost have to be like a regista. You have to be very good on the ball and have that courage to, punch the ball through the center and have the vision as well. It's not just about punching the ball, have the vision of finding those passes. So Hincapie, for me, from what I've seen personally, I feel like he's more of a wide player, more like Wesley Fofana, but better on the ball. That's how I feel. Strong defender, don't get me wrong. Very, very strong. Extremely experienced at the highest level. He's done really well for Leverkusen. But as I said, and I think this is what Enzo Maresca has echoed, we don't want just any other CB. And I'm not saying Hincapie is just any other CB. He's a very good CB, but we need a specific type. So look, check this out. This was the last game, the first game for Bayer Leverkusen this season. And as you can see, Hincapie in the back three, Kwanzaa on the RCB position, Tapsoba in the middle, Hincapie on the left LCB position. Then they've got Grimaldo and Atur as the wingbacks. We need this. We need the guy in the middle. We need Hincapie to be the middle guy and punch those passes through. So for me, look, it's not worth it to just spend money for the sake of spending money. It's not about that. It's about, look, our squad, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty good now. There was times where you looked at our squad and you go, yeah, there's some great names, but they're just not gelling. They need a little bit more time. They need a bit of experience. Now it feels like generally it's pretty good. Even the defenders that we have, they do a good job. Even though they're not the greatest names, your Tossins, your Chalobahs, overall they do a good job. I know West Ham wasn't much of a challenge, but ultimately we know how to defend. We've shown that over the past 3 months. We know how to defend. Our defense, our defending has gotten a lot better. Our structure has gotten a lot better. There's a belief amongst the group. I've got no doubts, even against some of the better teams. Look, every team seems to have flaws anyway. You look at Manchester City, look how they were operating. They look shambolic in defense. You think they're strong? They could be nullified. Tottenham probably looks very strong in defense, but they can be nullified. I'm not scared. As a Chelsea fan, honestly, after a long time, after 3 years, 3 seasons under this new ownership, and now the 4th one, I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart that I'm actually not scared of any team in the Premier League anymore. I'm not. So we don't need to go out there and just get any old defender. And I'm not saying, and I'm not downplaying Hincapie, but I feel like it's not necessary. 60 million euros, probably not a hefty amount of price, but I rather look. I don't have a name in my head because I'm not a scout out there, but we do need a specific player that can play from the middle. So, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Hincapie? Is that the type of defender you want? I mean, look, one of the, I suppose, positives. Look, he's a good defender. One of the main positives that you can probably say is, he's a compatriot of Moses Caicedo, and that can only be a positive for the entire outlook of the of this transfer if it does transpire. One thing I'm not sure, why is Arsenal interested? I think Chelsea is one of them. Chelsea and Arsenal. Why are Arsenal interested? How many more defenders you guys want? You have a lot of defenders. Why you want more? That's the mad part. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know in the comment section what you think about Hincapie. That's the latest link that's going on. Now, some lovely news. Marc Cucurella on Estevao. He showed, I love this, man. And Marc Cucurella, honestly, this guy, without the captain's armband, this guy's a captain. There's players like that. Without the armband, they operate like a captain. Marc Cucurella is one of them. This guy, you remember that clip, Club World Cup final, how he got Kendry Paez. Kendry Paez didn't want to be part of it because he didn't kick a ball in the competition. But Cucurella grabbed it and said, "Nah, you've been part of the squad. You've stuck around us, participate in the training and so on and so forth. You're coming. You're celebrating with us. You're one of us." I love that. I love this type of characters like Marc Cucurella. I feel like Marc Cucurella is someone that you will genuinely get along with. Like, he's down-to-earth person. Marc Cucurella and Estevão, and you remember what happened between Cucurella and Estevão as well when they played against Palmeiras. He showed that he's very mature. He's very young. In theory, he started on the bench. Then in 5 minutes, he needed to get ready. He needs to continue to learn and listen to tactics and everything. He had an amazing game. He had the opportunity to score at the end, but he has a lot of quality. See, I love how Marc Cucurella, he pointed that. You did have an opportunity to score, Estevão. That lovely through ball from Reece James, out of the world through ball, deserved an assist, 100%. But Estevão is young. So, and he had a fantastic game. He ended up getting the man of the match, even though I think probably should have been Pedro Neto or João Pedro. But nonetheless, he had a mad impact. And the fact that Cucurella is saying, the boy didn't even, he wasn't going to start. It was Palmer. And then in 5 minutes, he was told, "Hey, you're starting." And boom, drops a man of the match performance. That is maturity. That is maturity. And there's another little piece about Estevão, maybe down the track. I'll do a video on that. This guy is also very down to earth. He's a kid. He really is a kid. He's not even a guy. He's a kid. We have to understand, 18. And he's showing immense maturity. He had the opportunity to score at the end, but he has a lot of quality. He can improve a lot, and hopefully he can continue in this way. And yeah, look, if you guys remember Paquetá's goal, it was off the back of Estevão's mistake as well. So he's got a lot to learn, and he will learn. But he's an absolute game changer. He really is. This kid, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I'm literally getting goosebumps. This kid's going to be something. This kid's going to be something. If God, puts his hand on him and he stays humble, he stays grounded, this kid's going to be something. And we're going to witness, hopefully, a magical career right in front of us. something that's going to blow our mind. Hopefully that's the case because he gives me that vibe. I love it. Cucurella, new contract. Love the way he's talking, and he's a captain. He's a captain. Now, next up, ladies and gentlemen, Jackson's first choice is Newcastle, but they want Chelsea to lower their asking price. If Sesko costs 73 million, Jackson should be worth more than 80 million, and Newcastle were ready to pay up for Sesko. So what's stopping them now? This is coming from Vince, but the news is really from Indy Kyla, who, look, I think these guys talk a lot of nonsense, but there is some truth behind this. I feel like there's some truth behind this. Newcastle United are asking Chelsea to lower the value of Nicholas Jackson. Jackson's first choice is Newcastle United. Look, I have to say, to all the Newcastle fans out there, you need to start pushing for this on social media. You need to, and to the Newcastle hierarchy, to the Newcastle, people that are in charge, you're absolutely dumb. You guys are absolutely dumb. There's a player in Nicholas Jackson who will suit you guys to the T. He works his backside off. And I feel like Nicholas Jackson's first choice is Newcastle. That's how I feel. I know there's the thing about Aston Villa and Unai Emery and whatnot. I get that. I understand that. But I feel like Nicholas Jackson, he would really like to go to Newcastle because, the stadium, the fans over there, the atmosphere. I just get the feeling Nicholas Jackson feels that he can be an important player there. I don't know why Newcastle are not coming here and collecting Nicholas Jackson. They want to go and get Hincapie for 90 plus million. They want to get, Sesko for 90 million, this, that, the other. Nicholas Jackson is someone who's actually done well, who's got a track record in the Premier League. I don't know why Newcastle are hesitating. And some of you guys might comment, but Miz, you seem to praise him so much. Or why are you letting him go? Our football club are in a situation where we've got João Pedro, we've got Liam Delap, and all of a sudden Nicholas Jackson has become surplus to requirements. That's the honest truth. I mean, if the window closes and Nicholas Jackson ends up staying, I'm sure we'll figure out a way to integrate him back into the team. He might not start anymore, but he'll definitely be an option off the bench. 100%. There are times where we do play with both João Pedro and Liam Delap, the way we did against West Ham. João Pedro just behind Liam Delap. There could be a situation where Jackson plays up front and João Pedro just behind. There could be. But the honest truth is, we as an organization, we as an institution, Chelsea Football Club, I think we've seen enough of Jackson now. I've always said he's a good player, but there is distinct flaws that we need to understand, but there is definitely a good player there. Is he going to get to a level where he can eradicate all of these flaws? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe not. And this is why Chelsea's taking the opportunity to get rid of him right now, because his value is at the highest level right now. It's at the peak. This is what you do in terms of business. We've brought in some artilleries. We're going to let go of ones that are surplus to requirements. But Newcastle, you don't have a striker. Your striker, Isak, doesn't want to be with you. He wants to leave. I don't know why you're getting rejected. You haven't even got Wisse yet. You're getting rejected left, right, and center. There's a player that wants to join you guys. Pay up the money, man. Pay up the money. Honestly, pay up the money. It frustrates me, and I don't know why Newcastle fans are not forcing this. They really should be. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Mamadou Sarr makes L'Equipe's League Team of the Week. I know some of you guys might be looking at this going, Team of the Week? What's that, man? Who cares? League 1. Wow, Giroud is in the Team of the Week. That's mad. Aubameyang and Giroud, like, what a blast from the past. Chelsea, ex-Chelsea players. Obviously, Aubameyang more Arsenal. I know Giroud was Arsenal as well, so there's some links there. But that's incredible. But yeah, Mamadou Sarr plays in a back three, centre CB, for Strasbourg. We need to watch Strasbourg a lot more. We do. The problem is, in Australia, I don't know how to watch Liga because there's no broadcasters out there in Australia that's showing French Liga. So I need to figure out how to watch Strasbourg because we've got quite a lot of players there that are loanees. And Kendry Pires is obviously, that's an exciting one. But Mamadou Sarr, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about a lot of these defenders, that we want to get and this, that, the other. Maybe the one that we really need to focus on next season is Mamadou Sarr because he might be something good. So let's see. Let's watch this space. He's in the Team of the Week for L'Equipe's League Team of the Week team. I want to look out for. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts about everything we spoke about, especially Hincapie and Cucurella and Estevão William. Let me know in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash up the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, take care. See ya.